Good day, it's Jenny again from House of Pilates, and today I'm going to bring you some body metrics, that meaning that we want to bring some space in the body, get some sensation to move your fascia, and do very soft stretching that will allow you to find some inner ease in your body. So you can come to lie down, and I've got a towel just to make me a little bit more comfortable. You can have your legs spread out just to come to find your inner ease. So just allowing the arms to rest by your side in a low V. Also just allowing the arms, the legs to be in an open space. So just placing the legs in a way that makes you feel comfortable. And then taking a moment and spending it with yourself. So closing your eyes and just spending a bit of time on your own, just breathing in, breathing out. So just noticing how the breathing comes in and what expands, and when you breathe out, how it comes out. Does it come out through the nose, through the mouth? You can decide however way you would like to breathe. So just taking a few breaths in. Just feeling the space, the expansion, and then the release. Notice when you're breathing in and breathing out how the bones are moving away from the floor. So as you're breathing in, notice which bones are opening and which bones are releasing or coming together. So just feeling what's expanding through the back body, through the pelvis, through the chest, through your collarbones. Then coming to pause and just moving through the body, just imagine that you have an X-ray anatomy. So you want to sense how the bones are lying on the ground. So just sensing from your toes, from your heels, to the crown of the head, how the bones are lying. How are you grounded? Does your right thigh bone feel different to your left thigh bone? Just notice the difference in the bones. Is the one more turned out than the other? And then come to the lower back, the pelvis area, noticing if you're more on one side or the other. And noticing what tension you might be holding in your lower back. So just noticing where the mind sits in your body, where the attention is drawn to. Then coming to the shoulder blades, just sensing what the shoulders feel like. Noticing how the arm bones are lying, how the right hand feels compared to the left hand, how the fingertips feel, your thumbs. Notice if your jaw is released or you're still tensing up the jaw. Sense how the tongue is lying in the mouth. And then coming to open the eyes and come to place the feet. So with the feet, your body will guide you to how your feet are to be placed. So here I have my feet a little bit wider. The wider the better actually, and the feet are wider than your shoulders. So just allowing the bones to open a little bit more than normal. And just start to do a little bit of rocking side to side, just a little bit of rocking of the knees side to side. And as you do that, start to move the head to the opposite side. And then bring that awareness around the pelvis, how when you're moving from side to side, how are the opposite bones moving? So how is your shoulder moving? How is the collarbones creating space? Notice when you're moving side to side what tension you're holding. range really small, sensing where there's space. You might notice that one side feels a little different to the other side. So spending a bit of time and getting to know yourself, getting to know how the one side feels compared to the other. Which side has more space and which side has more tension. And then coming back to pause it there. And now we're going to go into a body rock. Just allowing the body to rock up and down. Sensing the front line and the back line. And notice where you're moving from. So it's a very gentle connection to the feet. The whole front line and back line has a movement, a gliding motion, like a conveyor belt. Play a little bit around with it. So go into a slow rock. And then go into a bigger rock. And then find where you want to be. So sense in your body where you'd like to be right now. Which sort of rocking is more soothing. And remember that soothing is about nurturing the nervous system. And the body's going to guide you when it wants to pause. And then come to pause, take a breath in. And a breath out. Notice in your skin and your bones if there's any changes, and then go back into the rock. Sensing this time if it's less effort. Sense the relationship you have from the head and the pelvis. So sensing that relationship between that pelvis and head. And then coming to pause again. And just releasing. And then just starting to move your head from side to side. Just very small movements. Really nice to spend a bit of time just to sense where there's space again. And this time as you're starting to move the head, listen to the body, let it become intuitive. So as you start to move the head, let the knees start to move the same direction. And just sensing as you're going from side to side, where you're holding tightness again. Notice how the arm bones are moving. Sense how the opposite shoulder, what's happening on the opposite side. So sensing that connection across the body. So that fascia, where does the fascia pull from? So the whole body is connected as a whole. And as you're moving from side to side, and then start to move the head same direction. Same direction. Starting to increase the range of motion. And then slowly as you're going round to the side, just feel how the arm bone starts to move into space. And start to explore a little bit through the movements. So everything folds into itself. So everything folds into itself and the bones just organize themselves. Body starts to become a little bit more at ease as you're doing this. And just spending a little bit more time on each side. Just allowing the body to become one movement, one whole movement. It's like as if the body just enjoys this sort of softness. And the fascia starts to reshape, becomes a little bit more elastic. And then just coming back to pause that. And then we're going to move a little bit more into the bottom part of the body. So again, remember that all the movements are a whole movement, so the entire fascia system moves together, but we want to sense where the movement is coming from. So keeping your left thigh bone where it is, and open your right thigh, open the right knee, and as you open it, just notice what else wants to move with that. So just sensing where there's space happening, so just sensing where there's space happening. And again, so starting to add on as you're opening, just notice where the head wants to go. So just noticing which side the head wants to move to. That way it's a natural line for the fascia. So as you're opening, slowly looking over the one shoulder. Notice how your shoulder blade glides down as well. Just sensing the space you're creating around the collarbones as well. So there's a whole lot of space that's happening on the whole one side as well. And then as you're coming back to pause, just come to notice and sense what's different on the pelvis. I can feel there's a difference on the pelvis. I'm heavy on the one side than I am on the other side. So keeping the right leg still this time. As you're opening it, just allowing the pelvis to roll with the knee. And starting to allow the head to rotate the opposite way. Just remembering that we're looking for space, so the thigh, the right thigh stays where it is, so that you can create movement in the pelvis, inside the hip itself. And remember that today is about full movement and elasticity and space. Massaging. Allowing the liquid back into the fascia. And then coming back to pause that. And as you come back to pause, just noticing what the pelvis feels like. Even notice what the breath feels like. It feels like there's more space in the body already. Now, all you're going to do is sort of lie a little bit over to the side of your mat so that your one leg can slide away, so there's some ease into movement. So here we're just going to allow the arm to rest. And then we're going to send the pubic bone forward, so we're sending it into an arch. And then we're going to go into a curl. Just softening. Just softening. Just allowing the back, the diaphragm to release as you come back. And then allowing the diaphragm to create a little bit of space. And then align the diaphragm to soften. So align that psoas to glide. And then come back to your natural position. And then we're going to start by sliding the outside leg away. So as you're sliding it away, flex the foot and feel the arch. And then as you're coming back, bring the thigh back and then feel the curl, the softening of the diaphragm. The opening of the diaphragm. And the softening. I'm going to do that one more time. Breathing in. And there is quite a big lift, but just be safe when you do this. And then exhale to soften. Then we're going to do that with the leg opening. So we're going to open up, keeping that one leg still, and as we reach, going to an arch, and then as you soften, coming back to open. Breathing in. It's like the body wants to yawn here. Opening the knee. And releasing. Now we're going to work with the knee turning inwards. So the knee rotates inwards. As you turn it in, find that arch. And exhale, release it. It's like the body wants to yawn open. And then coming back to pause. And then we're going to take the hands behind the back of the head. And this time we're going to come into a little bit of a curl. So we're going to bring the chest forward, knees come up towards the elbows. Take the leg down, release the chest, and arch. So you're opening up your elbows. And again, so soften the diaphragm and then curl. And then arching. And then arch. And then coming back to pause. And just taking a moment just to ease, just to find a pause. Then we're going to open the knee. As you open the knee, and then reach. And then as you drag the leg back, bring the knee up on the outside of your elbow, of your shoulder. And again, breathing in. And releasing. So just keep turning the knee out. And then coming back to pause. This time we're going to turn the knee inwards. Keep it turned in and then coming up just slightly over to the side. Remember, if the back doesn't like the space you're creating, just be soft. You might notice sensations that are coming into the body. And then coming back to pause. Bring the arms down. Just feeling what the pelvis feels like. And then bringing that right leg up. Allowing that foot to be heavy, knee to be open. Arms into a low V. And just keeping the knee where it is and allowing this knee to come down towards your elbow. And just coming back, placing the leg or the foot onto the knee. Inhale and then exhaling. And just one more. And then coming back to cross the legs, placing the foot, and just going into a little bit of a wave through the spine. So just adjust the foot, and then slowly start to peel the spine up. And we're sending the pubic bone forward, softening through the diaphragm. And softening through the diaphragm as you're coming down. Softening through the diaphragm. And then coming back to place the leg. And just sensing the one side of the body. Now let's just shift over a little bit to the other side. And let's start from the beginning. Left foot off the mat. And then from there we're just going to slide the leg away, flexing the foot just to open. Getting some length, some stretch, and then releasing back. We're just doing 3 of these. Then we're going to open the knee. So here we're opening up the knee, keeping the one leg still, taking and sliding the leg away, flexing through the foot, sending the pubic bone forward just a little, and then softening to come back, gliding the leg back. Some pendiculation. Then we're going to turn the knee inwards and flex. And releasing. Good, turn the knee in as you slide away, flex. Send the pubic bone slightly forward and then soften through your diaphragm. And then open the knee. So again, moving the knee in, flexing. And releasing. And then just come to pause that. And then we're going to place the hands behind the head. Allow the one side to come up first, so softening from the diaphragm. Try not to pull on the neck. Everything comes on the arm. Stretch the leg out this time. And then soften the diaphragm to come up. And then placing the leg. This time we're going to open the knee, keeping that other side still. Slide the leg away, flex the foot, send the pubic bone slightly forward, and then soften the diaphragm to come up. So the knee is open and it's out to the side of the shoulder. then place the leg. We're now going to turn the knee in. So slide the leg away as you turn the knee in, flex a little bit. Send the feet going slightly forward. And then exhale. Curl to the side of the knee. You're going to send some diaphragmic sensations, so the psoas. And then coming back to release that. Then from there, we're going to go into an open position, so a low V. And allow the knee to come over to the side. Keep that one knee still and let the pelvis roll with it. And again, allowing the knee to roll open, looking to where that's going. And then crossing the leg over, adjusting the bones, so placing the foot where you feel comfortable. And again, with the palms up, just allowing softness to the diaphragm as you're coming up and as you're coming down. You might find there's some discomfort in your pelvis. That's because there's tightness sitting around there, so those muscles are working harder. So it takes time for fascia to reshape itself. And then uncross. You can send yourself back onto the mat. And then going into that spine wave again. So sending the floor away and softening from the diaphragm. So that's from the diaphragm. So again, this sensation or sense where the movement's coming from. The movement comes from that psoas, from that diaphragm. So softening to come up. Notice if there's more space in the spine. And then coming back to rest. And then just stretch the legs out. Have the legs as wide as you feel comfortable. And just starting to roll the knees in and out, so the feet in and out. And play with side to side as well. And then coming back with the knees slightly unlocked, so there's a little bit of a bounce. And then keep the knees slightly lifted, and then working from the heels. The heels are basically glued to the ground. So again, bringing that rocking back into the body, and then come to rest. Then come to bend the knees and place the feet in a wider position, just another wider position. This time, as you push to one foot, let's start with the right foot. As you push to the right foot, notice what's happening. So sense where the movement's coming from. So this hip is lifting, the thigh bone is traveling forward, and then moving to the other side and just sensing that. You might sense there's going to be some discomfort in one side. That's because the muscles are holding on and there's no letting go. So it takes a little bit of time just to repattern the brain, the fascia, to reshape it. come back to pause. Then bring both arms up. And as you push with the right foot, align that right hip to lift. Let the right arm reach up. You can spiral the arm a little and then softening to come back. And then moving over to the other side. So just allow your bones to move in the direction it feels comfortable in. So again, just spiraling the palm away, looking over the shoulders. Just finding that space, that enjoyment of movement inside the skin. Again, it's pendiculation, so it's pausing for a moment there. And then coming back, release the arms, stretch the legs out again. And just coming back to sense the bones on the floor. Just sense if there's some change, some difference in the bones and the skin. Notice the leg bones, sensing what they feel like. The pelvis, the shoulders, the arm bones. Now again, to bring the feet together with the knees open, and just open the arms a little bit wider. And again, you can work without a towel, with a towel, it's up to you. We're going to start by circling the arm around, bringing the knee with you, so the feet are stacking on each other, and just starting to roll, to roll from side to side. Just allowing the knee to come up, open first, and just rolling from side to side. In fact, it's a little better without any distractions. Just a nice playful movement. Now we're going to go into a little bit more of expansion. From here, we're just going to stretch it out, really opening up, and releasing. Just coming around again. So just playing with it, expanding, and then releasing. And then coming back to pause. Just center yourself out, slide the legs away. And just come back to rest for a moment there. Again, just finding that inner ease, spending time with yourself, noticing what's changed in the body, where there's space. And as the tension changed in the body, just noticing if the skin is a little bit comfortable. If not, then move a little bit around. Get a little bit more comfortable. And again, just spend a bit of time breathing. And just take a pause, take a moment of ease. Notice how the tongue sits in the mouth. Notice how the lips are sitting. Sense your eyeballs, your eyebrows. The frown, is it released? Sense how the forehead's pulling back. Sense the ears. Notice the weight of your head and your pelvis. Notice the weight from the left compared to the right. And then start to move your fingers and your toes. Open the eyes. You can start to bend one knee in at a time. Hugging the knees in, doing a little bit of rocking from side to side. We've been a lot in the back. And tomorrow there will be a little more different stretch work, expansion work, release work. And then roll towards me. So roll towards me. And then come up on that side. So start to walk your way up. From there, land the hands, circle around, turning, 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 spiraling. And then coming back to pause. And if you're standing, stay standing. It's just that you can see me. And just stand with your hands open, eyes closed. And then release. Hope you enjoyed that. Tomorrow will be another release class and a little bit different from today.